For this crochet project, you're going to need your 5mm crochet hook, also a tapestry needle or darning needle, and a pair of scissors. The yarn that I used is my leftover Kitty's Super Soft DK 100 grams Signette yarn. Here's some information about it. I made the matching sweater with this color, and there's also a matching hat. And the blanket I use this yarn for. So you can use any baby soft yarn that you want, and this is 100% acrylic. The color is apple, and then I have the white color too for the alternate color. We're going to start with the white colored yarn, and you're going to fold it over on itself to form a loop. Take your crochet hook, go right through the loop, hold the base of the loop with your middle finger and your thumb. Then yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and go through the loop for a slip knot. Go ahead and cinch that knot down, cinch the loop around your crochet hook, and then I'm going to show you 4 chains on video tutorial. Just yarn over, turn the hook upside down, go through the loop for 1, 2, 3, 4. So go ahead, finish a chain of 16 and then come back. After you finish your chain of 16, mine measures approximately 4 inches. Then you're going to make a half double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook. So count back 1, 2, 3, and then yarn over, go into that 3rd chain from the hook, bring up a loop. You have 3 loops on the hook. You're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and go through all 3 for a half double crochet. And then you're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, and make a half double crochet. And you're going to make 1 half double crochet in every stitch back across except for the last stitch. When you reach the last stitch, come back and I'll show you what to do next. So this is how my work looks so far, and I have 1 stitch remaining. I'm going to make 6 half double crochet into the remaining stitch. And we're going to be working in rounds, so you're going to be turning your work so that you're working on the opposite side here. Here's my second, and you're going to go behind the loose yarn end to bury it as you crochet. 3, so you can see how I'm turning my work. 4, 5, and 6. So now I'm on the opposite side, and you're going to make 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, going behind my loose yarn end. It's going to give a little pull on the loose yarn end. And then you're going to make 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, and every stitch back across on the opposite side except for the last stitch. You're going to leave the last stitch unworked, and then I'll show you what to do with the last stitch. Now you can see how my work looks. You can go ahead and make 5 half double crochet into the last stitch. So 5 half double crochet into the same stitch. Then you just make a slip stitch into the top stitch of that first chain 2 that you made. Just yarn over and just bring the yarn through both loops on the hook, and then you're going to chain 2. After you make your chain 2, we're going to make 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, and 1 half double crochet into the next 14 stitches. So there's 1, 2. Go ahead and finish 1 half double crochet into the next 14 stitches. So now I'm at the opposite end of my crochet work. So you're going to make 2 half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch for the next 2 stitches. So there's 1, and then 2 in the second. Then you're going to make 1 half double crochet into the next 16 stitches, which should leave 1 stitch remaining before the end of this round. So there's 3. Actually, you'll have 2 stitches remaining. So I finished my 1 half double crochet into 16 stitches so that I have 2 stitches remaining, because remember we did two half double crochet stitches here, so you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So you're going to make 2 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, the last 2 stitches, and then you're just going to slip stitch into the top stitch of that first chain 2 that you made. So now you want to join your green colored yarn or your alternate color. Go ahead and bring up a loop, and then you're just going to tie a knot, and you're not going to cut the white yarn, so don't cut the other color. Just drop the white color, and then make sure you get the loose yarn end for the green or the new color. We're going to bury the green colored yarn as we crochet. So now you're just going to chain 1, and I just want to show you, we're going to be working into the back loops of the stitches. So here is the next stitch, and you can see I have 2 loops. When you go in the center, you're going to work around the back loop only. So here's the front loop. We're not working in that stitch. We're going to work into the back loop only. Make sure you have your loose yarn end for burying in your work. Take your crochet hook, go right down the center of the stitch, go into the back loop only, behind the loose yarn end, bring up a loop, and make a single crochet. And you're going to make 1 single crochet in the back loop only in every stitch around for 1 round only. And then come back. So now when you get back to where you started, you're going to make a slip stitch into that first single crochet that you made, or chain 1. So just yarn over and pull the yarn through both loops on the hook for a slip stitch. Then you're going to take the white colored yarn, drop the green, pick up the white colored yarn, and then bring up a loop. Then just set your work down, pull on the green colored yarn, and then cut the green colored yarn, and make sure you leave enough for a loose yarn end. Then you're going to tie a knot. Now the right side should be facing you, and you can see the little ridge created. The white stitch ridge that's created, that's the right side of your work, and on the opposite side is the wrong side of the work. So we have the right side facing us. Go ahead and pick up your white colored yarn, and then you're going to bury your green colored yarn or alternate color. Bury the green colored yarn, the one that you just cut. Then you're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Then you're going to make a half double crochet into the next stitch, and you're going to make 1 half double crochet in every stitch around for only one round. So one round of 1 half double crochet in every stitch. You can see how I'm going behind my loose yarn end. So go ahead, finish 1 half double crochet in every stitch for one round, and then come back. So now this is how my crochet work looks. And you're going to make a slip stitch into the top stitch of that first chain 2 that you made. Then you're going to chain 2 to move up to the next round. So now you're going to make 1 half double crochet into the next stitch and 1 half double crochet into the next 9 stitches. So 1 half double crochet into the next 9 stitches and then come back. So now you want to make sure that you place stitch markers, and I'm just using my safety pins as a stitch marker, but you want to make sure that you only have 5 half double crochet 2 stitches together across the front of the shoe. So I usually find the middle first. So here's the middle 2 stitches, and you need 4 stitches to the left and 4 stitches to the right of it. Then you can finish making your half double crochets until you reach the stitch with the stitch marker. So the next stitch is my stitch marker, so I can remove the stitch marker, and then you're going to make 5 half double crochet 2 stitches together, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So to make a half double crochet 2 stitches together, you're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, bring up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over again, go into the next stitch, bring up a loop. Now you have 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through all 5 for a half double crochet 2 stitches together. And you're going to repeat that 5 times until you get to the next stitch marker. So there's 1, there's 2, three, 4, and then I can go ahead and remove my stitch marker because I know I have only 1 left. And 5. So now you can resume making 1 half double crochet in every stitch back to where your first chain 2 was for the round. Just going to show you what it looks like. So now for this next round, we're going to go ahead and place our 2 stitch markers where we know we're going to be making our decrease stitches across the front of the bootie. So here I find my 2 middle, so that counts as 1, and we're going to have a total of 6. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we need 12 stitches. So we need 6 on this side and then 6 on this side. So here's the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to put your stitch marker into that stitch. This way you'll have when you make your half double crochet 2 stitches together, it will be even for the front of the bootie. It won't be crooked. So now I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side. So you can see how they're even. And this is where we're going to be making our decrease stitches. So now go back to where you started on the back of the bootie. And you want the right side. Make sure you have the right side facing you. So I can always tell the right side by the ridge. See the ridge that's created? That's my right side. So now I have my stitch markers ready to go for the next round. So now you just chain 2, 1, 2, and then make 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, and 1 half double crochet in every stitch until you reach the first stitch marker. So now I reached the first stitch marker. I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And then we're going to make 6 half double crochet 2 stitches together. So you're going to take and go into the next stitch. Oh, yarn over first, go into the next stitch, bring up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, bring up a loop, make your half double crochet 2 stitches together. So there's 1. I need 6 of them total. I'm just going to make them with you. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to go ahead and remove my stitch marker and make my 6th one. Then just resume 1 half double crochet into the next stitch and 1 half double crochet in every stitch back to where you first started. And you can see how you created the front portion of the bootie. So now we're back to our chain 2, the initial chain 2. You can go ahead and make a slip stitch into that top stitch. Just yarn over and pull the yarn through both loops for a slip stitch. Now you're going to bring your green yarn in, your main color, bring up a loop, go ahead and chain 1 with your green. Then you can take and tie a knot, and then go ahead and cut the white colored yarn. Leave a loose yarn end again so you can bury it in your work. Then you're going to go ahead and chain 1, and then that's going to count as your single crochet for our cobblestone stitch for my little sweet pea set. You're going to make it matching, so that counts as my single crochet. Now I want to make a double crochet into the next stitch, so just yarn over, go into the next stitch, go behind your loose yarn ends, bring up a loop, make your double crochet, and then you're just going to alternate 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet in all the stitches around until you get back to where you started. So 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet. So go ahead, finish 1 round of the single crochet, double crochet, alternating between the stitches, and then come back. So now I'm back to where I started. I have a single crochet, 1 more stitch left. I'm going to make a double crochet in that stitch. Then I'm just going to make a single crochet into that first chain 1 that I made. And then I want to try to line up the double crochets from the previous row. Yarn over and make a double crochet over the previous row's double crochet. And then single crochet above the previous row's single crochet. I'm just going to keep alternating double crochet and single crochet all the way around, and keep repeating it until you have the height that you want for yours. And mine is about a 2-inch height that I made for mine. So here's the other bootie. Let me just measure it real quick to make sure the size. So yeah, it's about 2 inches. So I kept repeating the single crochet, double crochet until I had a total of 2 inches measurement, and it turned out really cute. And then another thing that you can do is you can roll down the bootie, so you can either wear it with the little cuff or you can just have it like a boot. Then when you're finished with the height that you want for yours, and again mine was approximately 2 inches, then you just make a slip stitch into the next stitch over where you started, yarn over and pull the yarn through both loops on the hook, and then just yarn over and finish off. Make sure you leave enough for burying into your work. Then you can take and, using your tapestry needle, just bury the loose yarn end into the wrong side. So go onto the wrong side of your work and just weave the loose yarn end through so it doesn't come out. And then you can trim the loose yarn end. Then you just need to make 2 of these. So here is my model. She has her sweater on. So she fits baby clothes 3 to 6 months, and she works great. I really love working with her as a model. And then you can see how her little bootie goes on. Now I gave it enough room to grow so you can actually see the toe in the shadow, and it stays on nicely. And then you can either have the cuff on it, or you can have it like a boot shaped. So there's one. Let me put the other one on. And then here's her other bootie. And they fit great. I love how they look. I have other cute booties too on my YouTube channel, so you just go look for the Crochet Baby Booties and you'll find some other cute designs that you can make. So I made my baby booties so that they're easy to slip on and easy to slip off. Now if you want to keep them on the feet, you can place an optional tie around it. Just remember, if you use the tie, you don't want to pull it too tight and cut off any circulation. So just loosely to help hold the bootie in place. I'm going to show you how to make a little tie. So to make the baby bootie tie, you're going to take your yarn, whatever color you want to use for the tie, fold it over on itself to form a loop, take your crochet hook, go right through the loop, hold the base of the loop with your middle finger and your thumb. Yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through the loop for a slip knot. Now you're going to make a chain of 81. I'm just going to show you 4 of them on video tutorial. So you yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through the loop for 1, 2, 3, 4. So go ahead, finish a chain of 81 and then come back. So after you have your chain of 81, you can go ahead and finish off. Just yarn over and pull enough yarn through just to make the end of the tie. So you don't need much at all. So now just cinch that knot down and pull it back towards the chain to cinch that knot down. Then you're just going to cut it about 1 centimeter from your knot, and that's the end of your tie. And you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So take and pull on the knot towards the chain. Make sure it's nice and secure. Then you're just going to trim it about 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeters. And then you have your tie. So now I'm going to show you how to place the tie on the bootie. So for mine, I placed the tie on the outer aspect of the bootie. So make sure that you have the tie on the outside of the bootie, if that's the way you want to have your tie. You can place your tie wherever you want, in the front, on the inner aspect. I chose to put mine on the outside of the bootie. So the first thing that you're going to do is take and go in one of the gaps beneath the last round. So go right under that gap. Sorry about that. Then you're going to take and bring up, grab the chain with your hook and bring it through the hole. And then that's where your tie is going to be. So it will tie right here. So now, actually, you want to bring it over a little bit. I want to bring it over because you're going to finish up here and that's too close to the front. So I want to bring it more right here, right in the center. So I'm going to hook my tie, bring it up, and then, so this is one side of the tie, and then the other side of the tie will come out here. So now we're going to feed it through. So you're going to go over about 2 centimeters, hook the tie and bring it through. Make sure you don't pull it through on the end here. You want to leave the end of the tie there so that we can tie it off. Then just kind of turn your work, go over about 2 centimeters, grab the tie and bring it through. And you want to repeat this all the way around. Just going with your crochet hook approximately 2 centimeters over, 2 to 2.5. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just bringing the tie through, as you can see, all the way around. So now you can see that I'm back to where I started. So I'm going to bring the tie through close to where I first started. Then you can take and tie, make sure you have the length, the even length of the ties, and you can just kind of pull it to make sure that you have the ties even. Then you can take and cinch it a little bit, pull a little tension on it, and you can tie a tie. And you can always adjust it on the baby's leg. Just make sure you don't tie it too tight. Like I said, you don't want to cut off any circulation. That would be bad. So just loosely to help hold the bootie in place. So you have a cute tie on this side, and then my other one has a cute tie on the opposite side, so it's on the outer aspect of my booties. If you're making the blanket to go with your set, there's a separate video tutorial that shows how to make my little sweet pea baby blanket, but I'm making a little security blanket, so it's a little bit smaller, but it's the same pattern as my little sweet pea baby blanket. If you want the smaller one like mine, I started with a chain of 61, and then the rest is made the same way. So I had received my Nespresso items in the mail, the coffee, and it came with this box that I really like, so I'm going to use this box to put the gifts in. So I'm going to show you how I decorate it with the cardstock, but you can see it's a really nice box. I really like it. It'll work perfectly for putting the baby shower gift set inside of. This is the cardstock that I'm using. It has adorable little puppies and unicorns and mushrooms, and it's called Kawaii Dream by Recollections. I also have my handy dandy scoring board. I love this scoring board. It's great for journal making or cutting even edges on your cardstock. I just love it. And I use this Fisker's cutting board to cut the cardstock with a straight line. So I really like this item as well. And it has a little ruler that extends to help with measuring. And I'm just using my permanent crafter's tape by AdTech to keep the cardstock in place. So now you can see how I transformed the Nespresso box. It works great for holding the baby set. So this is what the lid looks like, and it has a little flap here too. And then you can just put your My Little Sweet Pea baby outfit set inside. I'm still working on the blanket, but the blanket will go in here when it's finished.